Welcome to Chapter 4, Service Selection of your Freelance Navigator program. Let's go. So, of course, on the weekly call, I could just tell you specifically what to sell, but today we're going to give you the tools for you to be able to do the research on your own for your entire career. So, we're going to start with an analogy. Commodities versus luxuries. So how does business really work? Imagine you go to a car dealership and you want to buy a Lamborghini. You get into the car dealership and you really think the experience is going to be just like going to, for comparison, a Nissan car dealership where the salesperson is gonna say hi to you, be nice to you, and they're gonna give you, you know, they're gonna tell you we have offers for you. We have discounts. We can give you a cashback. We have promotions. We can help you with the bank for you to get a loan, or we can finance the car for you. The Nissan salesman is looking for ways to help you acquire the car. But in comparison, once you go into the Lamborghini car dealership, you'll experience something completely different. You'll get into the car dealership and no one's gonna say hi to you, no one's gonna talk to you. Because for them, you're just some sort of peasant who came in from the street, and they don't really know if they will have to take you seriously. So you're in a car dealership and you approach a car, or you approach a salesman, and you're gonna ask, hey, what's the price for this Lamborghini? And the first thing that the salesman is going to tell you is, well, before we talk price, do you happen to know someone who owns a car like this one? Because for the Lamborghini salesman, you need to go through hoops for you to even be able to be taken in consideration. For example, you need to have someone in your network who owns already a Lamborghini or has the capacity to buy a car of that nature, that expensive type of car. So, while you trying to get this Lamborghini, they're gonna tell you even that, for you to even touch the car, there is a 3 to 8 months wait list. Completely different experience from the Nissan car dealership experience. So it's interesting to think that who is actually going to pay $1.4 million for a piece of metal? It's interesting that at the headquarters of Lamborghini, that there's someone is just saying, hey, there's only going to be 50 units of this, or only 70 units of this model, or $100 of that one. All these numbers are made up. There's no really a reason why these numbers exist. But Lamborghini can get away with these numbers because of their track record. Their track record is their brand. So, just like Lamborghini has a track record, you have your own track record. As an employee, as a team member, as a consultant, as a freelancer, you've done already things for a company, for a project, for a client, and this is your track record. So probably you don't have as much credibility as an established brand, say Apple, or as we were talking about, Lamborghini. But most likely you will have some sort of portfolio, some sort of case studies, testimonials, whatever else, from family members, past clients, past managers. So you've successfully worked with other clients before and delivered a great service. So this is your track record, and you need to leverage your track record to actually select a service. Okay, doesn't matter if you don't have proof as a freelance yet, do not worry, because you were part already. You were part of a company, of a project, of an endeavor, or something that was work related, or even passion related, that brings value to a potential client of yours. So we're going to use that proof to select your service. So think about the things you have done in the past. It doesn't matter if you were a freelancer or an employee. Just think about the things you have done, your wins, big moments in your career. Just remember amazing ideas that you had while working on a project as an employee. All of these things, this is your track record. So now that you've considered your track record and you're already thinking about the type of service that you can offer, how do we go about finding the right kind of prospects within Upwork? Well, you need to be able to read the potential budget of each individual potential customer. So how can you possibly know the actual budget of a company? It's not like they're gonna just post on the job post, or they're just gonna tell you, we have this amount of money to spend, because they don't even know. And for them, or for you, if you're not an expert at negotiating projects, then it's really hard for you to know if they have $200, $100, $600, 6,000, 10,000, if they don't tell you. So you need to think about the words that they're using on their job post. Okay. So how do we go about identifying good leads in Upwork? Okay, so read in detail and study, analyze the job post itself and the profile of the client. So think about the following questions. At what stage are they in terms of business? And you can read their profiles and examine the words they use in the job post for you to seize and figure out the type of stage that they're at. Are these advanced buyers? There's a huge difference between someone in the United States just trying to test out an idea and a big corporation looking for help or extra hands for a very specific goal-oriented project. Are they a small or large business? These are details that you can see and analyze into their client profile. Are they used to buying stuff like this or not? For a potential customer, video editing can mean different things. They don't really know if they're buying a transformation on their business or just someone making a small edits on a video or small cuts on a video. Are they used to paying $5 for a video, $5 for a website, $5 for a marketing strategy? Or are they used to pay for objectives and transformations in their business? Think about it while reading the job post. Think about it while analyzing their client profile. Now let's talk about creating long-term relationships with clients. This is the key to really knock it out of the park in your freelancing business. So even if you start with smaller projects, you're really trying your best to establish these long-term relationships with clients. You can totally end up selling hundreds of thousands of dollars for this long-term relationship clients. And this is what we strive for, creating strong relationships and cultivating these long-term relationships for you to grow your business the best way possible. So while reviewing a job post, figure out what type of words they're using to describe what they think about in terms of what they're looking for, what they're buying. For example, if a big company wants some video editing, they're not going to just say, we're looking for video editing. They don't really know what they're looking for. So I'm sorry, they know exactly what they're looking for. So they're going to use more fancy and complex words, as I state here. They'll say things like, we need to create some branding. So you as a consultant, if they're looking for some branding and video editing, or if you know brand design, then you as a consultant, you can realize, hey, I can help you with some branding through the vehicle of UX UI design, or a whole new branding refreshment type of project, or video editing. So big companies will use large words as versus just someone in their garage looking to test out an idea saying, I am looking for 10 videos. Big differences in the descriptions. So how to analyze keywords to identify good leads. A quick way to learn this is by looking out for keywords or things that identify a big company. So it is very important that you really get on analyzing their client profile. In Upwork, we have the freelance user and the client user. You can click inside the user and review all of their past hires, all of the past things that they've done. So, and obviously they'll use different words in the job description. So make sure to really analyze the words that they're using on the job description. So what you want to really achieve is some sort of like recurring type of engagement that you can give them. So this is not just a one-time type of thing, more like a long-term monthly engagement. So again, even if you start with a small project, meaning even if you start with a small logo, if you're professional since the very beginning, you can end up creating a 1 year long type of relationship. Here at Freelance Navigator, our priority number one is for you to be able to read through the words and search through all of the job posts available so that you can find out which are the most enterprise, most serious clients and engage with those. So that is the service selection presentation that we have for you. Remember, think about your background, think about everything that you have done. Just because you were not 100% a freelance or a freelancer or a consultant for a client doesn't mean that you cannot leverage what you have done in a past company or for a past friend to really define what service you want to sell. That's the first thing. The second thing, once we're in the Upwork environment ecosystem, you want to make sure you read through the job descriptions and you analyze the client's profile for you to seize and filter just the profiles and the job posts that seem or sound more enterprise. And third, last but not least, long-term relationships. Okay? Even if you start with small projects, always try and look and say things that allude to you really building and nurturing a relationship with a client. With all that in place, this is your niche selection chapter. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.